I'm really impressed how good they are. Physical, strong. The fullbacks play like a wingers. The wingers play like attacking midfielders. The two strikers, fighters, and in the box, Falcao, Germain. They are killers in the box. So complete team. So it's the most successful team in Europe in terms to score goals. So tough draw. Looking forward to play against them. How is our level? So just compliment because they are a real good team.
Vous me connaissez bien, je suis une personne très réaliste. Je crois que la chose, tu peux faire la comparaison entre les deux équipes. Tu peux comparer que les deux équipes aiment jouer le ballon, les deux équipes avoir beaucoup de joueurs de qualité technique. Je crois que les deux staffs travaillent très bien aussi. La chose, tu n'es pas pour faire la comparaison. Le budget, tu n'es pas pour faire la comparaison. Tu n'es pas faire la comparaison de transfer market, la valeur de les équipes. Et c'est un peu comme ça. Nous avons joueurs de grande qualité, c'est vrai ça. L'adversaire est là joueur qui gagne seul le match. C'est comme ça.
Je ne pense pas que nous sommes les favoris. Je pense que c'est un peu normal qu'il essaye de passer cette image-là. Mais nous, on avoue des choses que Manchester City s'est fait. On avoue ses qualités aussi. C'est une très bonne équipe. Ça ne va pas être facile de les arrêter. Mais voilà, avec notre force, nous ingrédients, on va essayer de faire face à cette équipe.
More Champions League action tomorrow. Manchester City taking on Monaco. According to our much maligned SPI, Manchester City 68% favourites to advance to the next round. Let's not forget though, Monaco come into this clash top of Ligue 1, already having beaten Tottenham twice in the group stages. Julien Laurent still with us. Julien, have Monaco done this?
Well, they've been outstanding all season. From the team that was more defensive, if you want, in the last couple of years under Leonardo Jardim, they've transformed into a very attacking team. They've scored 108 goals in all competition this season, 76 in 26 league matches, and their 4-4-2 is just working very well from the two wingers and the two defensive midfielders in midfield and the two up front, Germain and Falcao. And I think Jardim has found the perfect tactical system for the squad he has, and they'll be very dangerous against City.
You mentioned Falcao. Many had pretty much written his career off after that injury and that dreadful spell at Manchester United. Is he back to peak Falcao?
Oh, he is. There's no doubt. I mean, the sense of goal, he never lost it. You know, he's the kind of player that never loses that. But physically, obviously, the 2 seasons at Chelsea and United have been dreadful for him between the injuries and between the time that he never played. And I think mentally as well, I think there was a lot of damage done by the 2 seasons. And I think Monaco, you know, instead of, I don't know, China or anywhere else really in Europe, Monaco was the perfect place for him because there's not much pressure on him, and he had plenty of time to get back to that full fitness physically and mentally as well. And once that was back, then the goals followed, and the goals flooded as well because he scored so many, over 20 already in all competition this season. And that 4-4-2 is perfect for him because Germain, who plays up front with him, is the most unselfish player you would find and plays everything Germain does is for Falcao, which is the perfect situation for Falcao, especially after those 2 years we talked about.
You've got Falcao then, Julien, is very much the established striker, well known. You've also got this youngster Mbappe coming through. We saw Thierry Henry talking about him this week, saying that he could be something really special.
Yeah, I think he comes from another planet. He just turned 18 in December. He already had a hat-trick in Ligue 1. He became Monaco's youngest ever player to play in Ligue 1. You know, overtaking Thierry Henry in the records book. He became Monaco's youngest ever player to score in Ligue 1, overtaking Thierry Henry as well. And I really think he's better than Thierry was at the same age. No, I really do. And he will be on the bench on Tuesday, tomorrow against City because he's been a super sub for them, really. He could probably start and do a good job, but coming off the bench with 25, 30 minutes to go, he's just so quick and so strong and so powerful, and he makes things happen that he becomes a danger for the opposition as well. Every time he's got 7 goals and 5 assists already in the French top flight. He's just an incredible talent. And funnily enough, City tried to buy him last summer. They had a €40 million bid rejected by Monaco. Monaco didn't want to let him go, and they also know that they will sell him for far more money than that very soon.
After a woeful performance from Burley last week in the Predictor.
3 out of 4, wasn't it?
It's not 4 out of 4, is it?
No, it's not. I tell you what, it's not either. It's not gloating. Gloating is never good, as I said to you.
Self-praise is no praise, blah, 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 pop, pop, pop.
I tell you what I do is, you just do this and then press the buttons at the same time, okay? Right, get on with it.
4 out of 4 last week, that means I'll probably get 0 this week. Okay, Leverkusen Atleti.
Now, the European Predictor Champions League, is this...
European or European?
Same thing. Are we talking...
It's just for this game.
Just for this game, okay. A bit of an upturn in form for Atleti, but off the pace in La Liga. But away from home, we know how solid generally they've been over these. I'm going for a draw. Away from home in Leverkusen, that's what I'm going for.
I'm going for the same.
Copying me.
Copied you, excuse me.
Okay.
City, Monaco, flying.
Yes.
Scoring, loads.
That's why, again, I'm going for the draw. I'm going Monaco to go through over the 2 legs.
I'd go with that.
Because I like them and they're a very well-oiled team. But I'm going for the draw. At best, at worst for them in Manchester as they push. What are you going for?
I think I know what you're going to do for Sevilla Leicester, and I'm going to agree with you on that. So
you're going to go for a City win, aren't you?
I was going to go for the draw, but I think Monaco will go through 2-1 City, 1-0 Monaco away, out and away goals. Yeah. Let's not beat about it.
They are going to get. I mean, if they're in big trouble, big trouble. Can't tell you how much the manager's under pressure there after last year. And they're such a good attacking team. They've been hopeless at the back. I cannot see in Sevilla anything other than 3 or 4 goals. I would be shocked.
No. This is tough.
It is. Porto second in the league. Decent side. But I'm going to go for a 1-0. I know there's no results here, but I'm going to go for an Higuain goal away from home on the counter. Rock solid at the back. He's in great form. But in Juve, I think, are going to be a tough nut to crack in the Champions League this year.
I'm going to sit on the fence and go for a draw. So 2 draws for me, 2 draws for you, but slightly different.
So this will be Thursday morning. I'll have it on Twitter.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
For that nonsense, I'm 8 out of 8. Come on.
That's what we want to achieve. I think this team is building on that. Obviously, we need time to do that year after year. But obviously, last year was a great step for the team, and we know it's going to be a tough task tomorrow to play against the informed team in France. But obviously, we have to do our job and try to win this round to stay in the Champions League. And I think it's very important for the people who look at us, who have to criticize us, evaluate us, to see that we're going in the right direction.
Kevin, your manager has spoken a lot this season, and he has just spoken about it again now, about the team not having a long pedigree, a long time in the Champions League, and about the effect that can have. As players, do you feel that? Does it make a difference to you, the fact that City haven't got that long history?
I think as players we don't really think about that, but I think people who have to write about us or say things about us, obviously it's very different because we've not been here for a long time. Obviously the club took a different direction like 10 years ago with the ownership, and we're trying to go in that discussion, but obviously it's not gonna be if you are 2 times in a semi-final or in the next phase of the Champions League that people are gonna say that we did the same things like the big teams did already in Europe.
Kevin, a question from the BBC. You've worked with Pep Guardiola now for nearly a year, best part of a year anyway. Could you give us a bit of detail on how he works with you individually? How much does he work one-on-one with you? What sort of things does he say to you? And generally, how is he, and before a big game like this, maybe thinking back to the Barcelona match here in the group?
To be fair, I think he prepares all his games as detailed like no other. He's not going to do the same and not going to do something differently against Huddersfield, for instance, than now against Monaco. So I think in that side he's exactly the same. I think the most important thing for him is that the team is standing good, and in the end he knows that obviously we have to perform as individuals at our best level, and he knows that also in the end it's possible that sometimes an individual has a lesser game, but in the end, I think if the team is performing right, obviously the individuals will be even better viewed in a positive way. Then in the end, I think he talks also with the players about different stuff, not only about football. He likes to talk about the families, how everybody's doing. So I think as a person, he's very well behaved also, I think, to everybody. So he's in that side for me a very good manager, and I think he's doing a great job.
And how often, one-on-one, does he talk to you individually? Every day, once a week? How does it work?
It depends. It can be a week where it's every day, and then maybe a few weeks when it's not. Just depends how it goes, and maybe how I'm feeling, how he's feeling. So I think sometimes you have to get the right time. But obviously we're working almost every day together, so I think he can speak with everybody lots of times.